their workload has grown and the department is struggling to keep up. That's why they are requesting these additional officers. And we've spoken with drivers who say they've experienced the bottleneck and hope this request clears things up.
Marwan Eldawi is the owner of Pegasus Transportation. He stopped by police headquarters to get a replacement vehicle for hire permit, a high-demand item in Orlando.
If I don't have the permits, I cannot work.
The city requires vehicle for hire permits to ensure passenger safety, and lately, the workload to process requests has grown.
4 to 8 weeks to just get an appointment to register a new vehicle or renew the permits.
The backlog is why the Orlando Police Department is asking city leaders to add 2 more vehicle for hire officers at a cost of just over $153,000 per year. It's happening as there's been a crackdown on unpermitted drivers. In May, we reported more than 60 were ticketed near the airport.
You're not permitted to pick up in the city limits of Orlando.
Unpermitted drivers could hurt your business, right?
Yes, that's correct, because we actually follow all rules.
As owner of Bravo Travel, Natalia Petrosin supports the permitting process and the idea of bringing on more staff, especially since new Uber requirements have backlogged permitting even more.
It's a lot of people working for Uber right now. And of course, it's going to create an overwhelming volume here for people who work for the police department.
Without the additional officers, police say their work will continue to get backlogged and waiting periods will continue to grow. Now, today's meeting to address this issue will be happening at 2 this afternoon. We'll keep you updated with what happens. In Orlando, Mark Lehman, News 6.
1 person and 2 dogs are dead after a house fire Sunday morning in Pearson. That's according to the Volusia Sheriff's Office. The fire broke out early yesterday in a neighborhood near Center Street. Fire officials found the person dead inside the home after putting that fire out. Investigators say 2 dogs died as well, and the house was destroyed. The cause is under investigation. St. Cloud police are looking for the people they believe hit and killed a man on an e-scooter over the weekend. We just learned that victim was Angel Sanchez. Police say he was riding along Canoe Creek Road Saturday night and was hit by multiple drivers. No one stayed at the scene. Now, because it was dark and raining, police believe those drivers may not even know they hit someone. If you have any information on this, you're asked to call St. Cloud Police. Turning to your weather now, it was a rainy weekend, certainly, and we are now starting to dry out and eventually cool down. Let's get over to Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos tracking those changes.
Yeah, we had a big cold front that came through yesterday. It finally cleared the area early this morning, which is why we saw just a couple isolated sprinkles. The cloud cover, that stays behind for a couple more hours today, as of course that front had a lot of moisture. So that's just really the only thing lingering at this point. But the good news is, even with those gloomy skies, we are still looking mostly dry if there are some outdoor things you need to get done. Right now, that cloud cover certainly helping keep us pretty cool right now. We are in those upper 60s right now across areas in and around DeLand at 65, 68 degrees in Claremont. Right now we're running between about 3 and 7 degrees colder across our southern zones, a little warmer further north, but throughout the day everyone is going to stay on the cool side of things. We'll have more details on how much lower temperatures will go tonight and for the coldest day of the week, which will be tomorrow.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Candace. New at noon, a man is behind bars in Orange County accused of killing a woman. Deputies say he knew. Tremont Jones was arrested Friday after investigators say he stabbed Gwendolyn Floyd to death. According to the arrest report, Jones and Floyd met at her home on Black Friday when she opened the door, and investigators say he pulled something from his pocket and then killed her. The report shows Floyd and Jones did have a history and that Floyd went to the hospital for a cut on his hand after the attack. Investigators say they tracked him down by using his phone. Floyd is being held by the sheriff's office without bond and faces first-degree murder charges. In Seminole County, 2 shootings just hours apart are under investigation. Both happened overnight, one in Castleberry, the other in Longwood. And in that one in Longwood, officers say one person is in the hospital after what they're calling an accidental shooting. Police say it happened in the area of Crumpet Court and Dunhill Drive in the Coventry community. Investigators say one person was shot in the stomach. That person currently at the hospital. And again, at this point, police believe that was accidental. The second shooting happened a few hours earlier in Castleberry. According to police, victims and suspects were meeting to sell vape pens. Investigators say a 17-year-old and a 19-year-old were shot. They are expected to be okay. Police say the suspect has not yet been caught, but they do add there is no threat to the public. And we will be tracking both of those stories, both those shootings throughout the day. To get the latest updates on any breaking news, you can check out our website, clickorlando.com. Jury selection begins today in the trial of a former fire rescue worker accused of sexual battery against a victim in an ambulance. James Melody was accused of that crime. It happened while he was on duty in 2021. Officers in Daytona Beach learned about the potential crime when they found a video of the attack while working on a separate fraud case and then showed it to Flagler County deputies. The victim says they were unaware. Melody is facing multiple charges, including charges in an unrelated case. More than 56 million people pass through Orlando International Airport every single year, and the airport says finding ways to improve passenger experience and enhance safety is a top priority. MCO now partnering with U.S. Border Patrol and Customs to try out a new type of hands-free technology. News 6's Stephanie Rodriguez tells us about the new biometric pilot program.
Right now, MCO is testing out 3 different systems for the next 90 days to see how this technology, which uses facial recognition, fits into the airport's daily operations.
Should not recognize me because I'm not involved.
Using biometrics to process passengers.
If I turn away, whatever it may be, the system follows me.
Could be the future at MCO.
And it recognizes me.
3 companies, Embross, Aware Inc., and iProve, are setting up shop at the airport for a 90-day pilot program focused on using biometrics to screen passengers coming on and off flights.
As the state's busiest airport, the nation's 9th busiest, and the world's 25th busiest airport, our 5-year vision is to partner with U.S. Customs and Border Protection to pilot enhancements throughout the airport that will reduce passenger processing time by 60%.
In 2025, MCO had 800,000 more international travelers than the year before. The Greater Orlando Aviation Authority is hoping to use one of these products to sustain that growth without compromising safety or security. The pilot program will allow GOA to evaluate the respective system's accuracy, ease of use, how travelers receive them, and what implementing them would mean for the airport's future growth and staffing needs.
Our objectives was simple: to make the departure process easy, intuitive, and seamless for our travelers.
The technology changes the way you're used to flying, making it hands-free. You won't need to show your boarding pass or passport, just your face.
So you queue less, you get on the flight more smoothly, and as a result, flights will leave on time a higher percentage of the time.
While companies are adamant that only passengers' faces are recorded and that no other personal or sensitive information is being collected when travelers choose to use this option, there is also an opportunity for people to opt out if they don't feel comfortable with it. Reporting in Orlando International Airport, Stephanie Rodriguez, News 6.
And also at the airport, a new project is underway, updating the way you'll travel to your gates. It's a $253 million project that includes replacing 4 trams that take passengers between terminals A and B and the gates. The work will be done in phases through fall 2027, with 1 tram staying in service to minimize delays.
We do have a bus operation which we're readying to transport passengers from one airside to the other, to minimize any disruptions should there be an unexpected interruption.
And you may also see shuttle buses overnight. Meanwhile, you are encouraged to get to the airport to allow for some extra time, especially for rental car pickups. Well, that yellow sticker on your license plate could be on the way out. Coming up, the change one lawmaker says might be a better way to track your registration. And taking a live look now from Mount Dora, from our Mount Dora camera, a festive place this time of year. You're watching News 6 at noon. We'll be right back.
This portion of the news is sponsored by Florida Lottery.
Every year, it's the same routine for this little yellow sticker. You scrape it off, get the new one, and place it right on top and hope that it doesn't catch somebody's eye for the wrong reason or simply peel off. I'm your Orange County community correspondent, Jana Manahalal, and one Florida tax collector says that replacing these little yellow stickers every year may actually be more trouble than it's worth. For years, Florida drivers have had to peel, stick, and protect the little yellow registration decal on the back of their cars. How many cars do you have?
3.
So it's a sticker on a sticker on a sticker.
On a sticker, on a sticker, on a sticker.
Miami-Dade County tax collector Daryl Fernandez is asking state leaders to end that requirement, saying the sticker is outdated, often damaged or stolen, and costing drivers millions in production and replacement fees. He says the registration itself would not go away. Drivers would still need to renew every year, but law enforcement would rely on the digital systems they already use to check if the tag is valid in seconds.
One less thing you have to worry about. It's like paying taxes once a year. It's like you don't have to worry about it.
On Central Florida roads, drivers like busy mom Hannah Pickard, who uses her car as a way to get her son around town, says getting rid of the decal is good.
I do think that it would be a lot easier to go digitally. It makes it a lot trickier to try to, do everything day to day and try to keep up with doing this every single year.
Fernandez argues ditching the decal would also cut down on fraud, since stickers can be stolen or altered, and help drivers stay on the right side of tougher tag laws that crack down on anything obscuring registration info. Some worry about tickets if a sticker peels or looks damaged, even after paying to renew. Fernandez plans to pitch his idea to state leaders and the Florida Tax Collectors Association, asking them to follow other states who have already moved away from stickers. Any change would need approval from lawmakers and the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. So for now, this little yellow sticker does need to stay on your license plate, but if the plan moves forward, your next renewal could be a little bit different since your data is already in your state's database system and not attached to this little sticker. In Orange County, I'm your community correspondent, Jana Manahalal, News 6.
Let's get back to your forecast now. Boy, was it a rainy Sunday and a little bit of a rainy Saturday as well, but we are drying out. Chief Meteorologist Candace Campos joins us now. This is all part of a cold front, Candace, so
yes,
we expect the cold part to move in eventually.
Bring it on, right? Yeah, I mean, we were able to get a couple hours out of our Saturday, right? But it was Sunday that was just a wash, and it really accumulated some impressive rainfall totals up towards about 1 to 3 inches, depending on where you're at. So certainly helpful for our dry season, which has been a little drier than normal for us this time of the year. So we'll take the rain. Unfortunately, it fell on a weekend, but hey, at least it will be ushering in some nice cooler, more December-like temperatures. So let's talk weather headlines. Gradual clearing. The skies are still pretty gloomy, pretty much area-wide, with the exception of you guys further north in areas of Marion and Flagler County. But throughout the day, we're going to continue to see those skies clear. Later on tonight, temperatures will be dropping down into those 40s and 50s. Tuesday remains to be the chilliest of the week. And then as we head into the rest of the work week, temperatures will be staying nice and mild and dry. Taking a live look outside Cape Canaveral, you can see the cloud cover still kind of stuck in there. Nice stubborn cloud cover there, brought to you by your Launch Credit Union camera. We're at 68 degrees. The winds right now out of the north, we're between about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And throughout the day, we're going to continue to get some of that cooler air and clearing skies in place, which will allow for maybe a little bit of sunshine right before the sun goes down. And then on your Tuesday and Wednesday afternoon, the skies will clear and the weather will be feeling a little more, sunny out there. Temperatures out the door right now, mid-60s in Ocala. We're at 63 in Palm Coast. Right now, the little warm bubble right now, right over the Villages in Wildwood in those low 70s. Same in Titusville. Up and down the I-4 corridor, we are all still in those mid-60s. But now let's check on that hour-by-hour forecast for your Monday.
Your forecast is sponsored by Strata Services.
All right, our highs this afternoon back into those low 70s in Orlando. Again, temperatures will be fluctuating in and around those low 70s for this afternoon. The clouds will stay in place, but it's later on tonight where we will start to see a little bit more clearing, which will allow temperatures to drop much further than where they started this morning. So for instance, this morning we were all pretty much in the mid 60s and the low 70s. Later on tonight, early tomorrow morning, we're going to be about 10 to 15 degrees colder. We'll be in those 40s in our northwestern zones. I-4 and along the coastline, we will be staying in those 50s. But overall, the pattern is really not going to change a whole lot. We still have just enough of a dip in that jet stream throughout the rest of the week that is going to kind of easily allow some weakening fronts to kind of come through and fizzle out. And they'll just help kind of reinforce this comfortable air, which is why temperatures really not going to fluctuate a whole lot over the next couple of days. So you can see the coldest day of the week, again, will be tomorrow. Our average high for this time of the year is about the mid-70s, and that's basically where we'll be hovering in and around throughout the rest of the work week and into your weekend. A weak front looks to come through this weekend. As of right now, not looking at a whole lot of rain associated with it, but you can see that the sun will finally come out later on tonight and will continue to stick around throughout the week.
All right, thank you, Candace. Well, it is the season of giving, and a group of police officers is taking that to heart. Coming up, how they help give some kids Christmas joy. And coming up on News 6 at 6.
This Florida law is meant to help people who live in manufactured home parks, but residents say it has no teeth.
Do you believe that companies are finding a loophole, finding a way to get around mediation?
Absolutely. It's another hurdle for people struggling to pay their rising lot rent. I'm News 6 investigator Louis Bolden. I took these concerns to the state lawmaker who helped draft the bill. Tonight at 6, what lawmakers are doing to hold these park owners accountable.
Here's a live look at downtown Orlando. Again, a pretty gloomy day out there. This is from our Light Orlando Delivering Hope camera. You're watching News 6 at noon. Keep it here. We'll be right back. As we get into the Christmas season, people across the country are helping to get gifts for those who may not be able to afford them. That's exactly what some officers in Clearwater did. They took kids to the store. Some got some toys, even a microscope there, got to get what they wanted. For others, it was more about getting them what they need. Each kid got a $400 gift card to use as they pleased.
Due to the economy and just knowing that our community is out here for us and just giving back to the community, it makes it extra phenomenal.
And the police captain, Eric Gandy there, part of that crew there, said that throughout the day, a lot of kids picked up necessities instead of toys. just highlighting the need that continues to be out there. Well, one of Santa's reindeer was on the run in England. The reindeer named Buddy escaped from a Christmas tree farm. That led to police using some drones and whatever they could to track down the reindeer. Buddy was eventually found, though, and taken home after being spotted taking a little pre-Christmas vacation at the beach. Well, check out our all-new primetime lineup on News 6 Plus. Matt and Ginger have a new take on the day's news on News 6 tonight. That's at 9 o'clock. Go in-depth as we track the latest weather developments and answer your weather questions with meteorologist Jonathan Kagis. That's at 9:30. And then watch the late news an hour earlier. It's all tonight on News 6 Plus. Download our streaming app for free. Search WKMG in your smart TV's app store. It's also available on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. Taking a live look now from our Launch Credit Union Port Cam at Port Canaveral. You're watching News 6 at noon. We're back in 3 minutes. The holiday season is here, and News 6 helped kick off the festivities with the lighting of the Lake Eola Christmas tree.
3, 2, 1.
Thousands came out to downtown Orlando on Friday night to see this all light up. And our very own Trooper Steve, your Orlando community correspondent Mike Valenti, and Candace here all helped ring in the season, putting on that show there. The tree is covered in more than 88,000 lights. It's all synced up with the Lake Eola fountain. And you can watch shows each and every night, and it really is impressive. Candace had a great time out there. We've been talking about that. And it was nice. Yeah, and it was nice weather as well, especially when you look at the tale of the two the 3 weekend days here. Friday night was the best.
It could have been uber muggy like it was on Saturday, or uber wet on Sunday. So Friday was not a bad day. You're welcome. That's what happens when you invite the meteorologist to do a show. You can see the temperatures of the next couple of days will be cooling down a little further. Still hovering near just around that average mark. That right there is what December should be looking like, and that's exactly how we'll be as we head into the weekend.
Looking forward to that. All right, thank you, Candace. Thank you for joining us this noon. Our next newscast is at 4. As always, you can get updates on our big stories anytime. ClickOrlando.com. Take care.